question prompt. I'm going to be dropping prompts in. I'm not going to read it to you. You need to answer this question. So if you sit here, you won't learn. The session is recorded. So you got to earn your keep today. So I'm going to go ahead and keep moving. And let's go ahead. So the target audience, new drivers, teen drivers. This can also be young adult drivers, okay? Next, we're going to talk about and discuss plans to keep you guys moving forward. So let's go from here. This is the DOK Level 3, is strategic thinking, it's synthesis, and it's becoming a defensive driver. Okay? So I'll put in a prompt in your breakout room. I asked you to answer it. You should have typed in your information. Picture this. School just let out at 3:15. You're merging onto the main road with hundreds of other students leaving at the same time. Traffic is backed up. Someone cuts you off, then slams their brakes. Your face gets hot. Your hands grip the wheel. What happens next might decide whether you get home safely or you end up in the courtroom. I asked you to put in your information from the breaker room. Please go ahead and do that right now. All of you should be typing, what's going to happen next? I won't wait for you in this response because I'm going to keep the class moving. And you'll appreciate it. You will have a quizzing on this in the end to see who's paying attention. I already have it. And you will have a 60-question, 250-word lesson activity. So letting you know. So let's go ahead and get ready. You should be typing in, what do you think is going to happen next? What do you want to happen next? All of you should be typing in information. As some of your parents are listening, corporates are listening, the state is listening, and I'm watching you. I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going to go ahead and move forward because we want to keep the class moving. I should see the chat blowing up. I should see you putting in your information. Again, it's going to take 3 or 4 minutes for you to get your brains going or use an AI prompter. Use your own information. Because I'm an educator, I know what most of you do anyway. So you should be answering, what do you think is going to happen in a high school tone? So go ahead, put that in. Let's keep moving. I'm not waiting for others. So the data drop. 2 to 5 is the most dangerous time. You're inexperienced. The road is filled with drivers who are in a hurry. You're going to end up getting crashed or cut off. Drayton is the only one that I see putting in information. Let's go. Next, nationwide. This is across the country, the nation. 56% of fatal car crashes involve aggressive driving, and nearly 80% of drivers admit that they have to deal with anger or aggression behind the wheel. So at least once a year, all of us will go through this emotional cycle. We're human. Alone, aggressive driving was involved in 164,505 crashes in 2023, including 607 fatal crashes. This is in our location. The bottom line is, the time you're most likely to drive is the time you're most likely to encounter or become an aggressive driver. Thank you. Knowing the difference between aggressive driving and road rage isn't legal trivia. This is not legal trivia. Some of you will treat it like that. Some of you will fall asleep. Some of you will look at the wall. Some of you won't be in camera. Twins, you've been warned. This could save your license, your record, and your life. I asked you to put in information. We're going to keep moving. Legal breakdown, aggressive driving versus road rage. Aggressive driving. It's a combination of moving traffic offenses that endanger people or property. You cut off someone with your pickup truck and force them in a ditch. Aggressive driving or violent behavior with deliberate intent to harm, intimidate, or cause fear in another driver. We see this all the time when we're out on the road with you guys, where drivers cut us off, slam brakes, swerve into us. Examples include for aggressive driving, speeding, tailgating, improper lane changes, running lights, and failure to yield. As we go into downtown areas, downtown Mount Clemens trap game, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown Los Angeles, California, many areas have pedestrians. Road rage. Examples: using a vehicle as a weapon, physical assault, confrontational escalation, brandishing a weapon, intentional forcing a driver off of the road. Legal status for aggressive driving: civic infractions, traffic tickets, and misdemeanors. I'll see you in court. As some of you are deputy sheriffs. Legal status: criminal offense, felonies, possible charges. Aggressive driving, you have fines and points on your license. Some states have points, some states have fines. We have fines and points. Other states just have fines. They want your money. Penalties: prison time up to 15 years. If you have a felony on your record, you can't vote. That's your legal constitutional right. What does our state say? Offenses: reckless driving causing serious injury, penalty 5 years in prison. Reckless driving causing death, felony up to 15 years in prison. Assault with a dangerous weapon, using your vehicle, felony 4 years to life. Intentional discharge of a firearm, your car, or an actual firearm, up to 10 years in life. Class discussion: I'm going to drop this in, you're going to answer it. I need all of you to take a couple minutes to answer the question. I'm not repeating it. Look in the chat, read it, speak from your heart. The reality is we have a lot of drivers who don't take driving very seriously. As a state certified driving instructor, I'm encouraging you to subscribe to bring you value, to allow you to look at this at home on your smart TV, on your iPad. We're going to take our time. We're going to live our best life. We will speak truth. And we're going to take you on this journey where I'm not rushing. You can run to go use the bathroom, get some popcorn, relax. I'm chilled. And we're using real life data. And we want all of you to be safe, because safety is no accident. So let's continue. Let's look at this information. You understand the routine. I'll drop in the question prompt, you reply. And then we're going to talk about why. And then you'll be tested. Answer: brake checking with the intent to startle or harm can cause the line to road rage. If done deliberately to cause fear or injury, if no contact occurs, forcing another driver to swerve or brake to avoid confrontation can result in liability. You can be sued, charges can be brought against you. People have dash cams. Let's talk about the danger zone. I'm going to drop this in and you're going to answer. Take a moment to look at this. Answer. Why 2 to 5 matters. If you're under 21, you're going to school. You are in high school, you're going to college, you're coming from your job, you're coming home. The crash risks are very high for drivers aged 16 to 17. It could be 18, it could be 20, it could be 24. A lot of you who look at this are older than 21, which is fine. No shame, no embarrassment. Teen crash risk dramatically increases when you get your license and stays elevated for the first several months of independent driving. So when you're not with your parent, you're going to be wilding out. A lot of you are saying the same thing. Can someone say something different? I'm looking for people to say something different. Like a Corvette, it's a Corvette, it's a Corvette. Twins, we know that's not true, right? There are different types of Corvettes. All of you are saying the same thing. Educate me and say something different, please and thank you. Remember, I'm an educator. I'm looking for DOK level 3. Challenge yourself to listen to this. Challenge yourself to write down things. And then take your screenshot and put it in the comments. 2 to 5 p.m. window combines a high volume of young drivers with a rush hour overlap. So you have young drivers who don't know what they're doing. You have people who are rushing. I'm late. I got to go through this light. I got to get gas. Snap, I forgot my phone. I forgot my wallet. You're speeding back home. Then you got to use the bathroom. Now you've got to make up that lost time. You're driving fast, driving aggressive. I've been there before. Now your son or daughter, Dad, Mom, can you drop me off? No, I got to go. Dad, Mom, please. No, I have to go. I want to continue. I'm going to break down, I'm looking for very specific things. Most of you said the same thing over and over, so there's no real learning. Just being honest with you, I'll speak truth. So your crash risk is the highest because of the kryptonite quotient. You think you're invincible. I'm under 21. I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. You'll be arrested. You'll go to the youth home. You don't believe me? There are parents in here who are in law enforcement. I used to be a probation officer. Your age group gets arrested, taken to the youth home. Teen crash risks are dramatically increased once you get your license and stays elevated for the first several months when you drive by yourself. A lot of you using AI answers. Speak from your heart. Too easy. Teens don't talk like this. Use your teen voice, guys. I'm just being real with you. I'm an educator. 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time because you have young drivers who are inexperienced. Then you have people who are in a hurry to go to work or come home. So you have a young driver who's driving slow, who's hesitant at a light. You have an experienced driver who said, man, you should have went through that light. And then they honk at you. You have the invincibility mindset. It's common in teams. Brady, he feels invincible. He's the quarterback. Michael's invincible. Hey, Mike, you look good. That's what his friend said yesterday, right, Mike? You looking good, Mike. Abigail said, you don't want a job in the youth area. They're going to be aggressive. Right? It's real out here. We saw the kids on the e-bikes yesterday driving around the school parking lot. We were backing up. We almost backed into a kid. Then the kid came between the semi-truck and the corner of the building. He almost got ran over. Come on. I'm a 9th grader. He's in middle school. No one cares. Aggressive driving is distracted driving on steroids. Roy, National Foundation for Teen Safety. I'm putting in another prompt. You have to fill it in. I'm keeping you accountable. We're building a body of knowledge. You're going to tell me what teen drivers are facing. I'll give you a moment to answer. It's really important that we all understand the goal to prepare young drivers. It is very serious out here. If you're an instructor, you're a parent, you're a guardian, you need to sit down and evaluate, have that conversation. What new drivers are facing, and teens. Rush hour congestion is serious. Peer passengers. Many states reduce the number of passengers in the car. Their crash risks increase because their peers are talking to them. We're adults. Our peers are talking to us. Post-school fatigue or stress. You got your baby in robotics. They're taking 3 AP classes. They shouldn't even be doing that. They're confused at intersections. I see it every day. Driving young drivers, they're confused. They don't know what to do. It's true. So we have to make sure that we are guiding them. We are helping them. Isn't that our responsibility? I ask you to reply to this. All of you are building your body of knowledge. Some of you are sitting here copying off of others. Some of you are speaking from your heart. Some of you are using AI. AI doesn't make you smarter. AI gives you misinformation. Don't believe me? Ask Google. They got sued. You can look it up. So aggressive driving is distracted driving on steroids. Mr. Roy from the National Foundation for Teen Safe Driving. This could be a trusted source. Teen drivers, you're facing 4 major things. Let's see if you're even in the area or category. Don't worry, I have a 58 question, 250 question activity you're going to do in the end. I have the lesson plan, Masterclass, road rage versus aggressive driving to see who's really paying attention. First, it's rush hour congestion, 2 to 5. We drive by high schools. There are football players there. Soccer, tennis, kids on e-bikes, clowning around, construction. Peer passengers, you're going to have your friends in the car. You're burning rubber. You got a C6 Corvette. It's not yours, it's mom's. We have middle school kids on e-bikes doing 30, doing 20, speeding through the school parking lot. Their parents don't know. If their parents know, they're going to take that e-bike. Leave my e-bike alone. You know I'm speaking truth, drivers. We saw them yesterday. Post-school fatigue. Some of you are taking 3 AP classes. You shouldn't even be doing that. You have a C- in all of them, and you won't be able to get your college credit. You're right. My mom is making me take it. My dad is making me take it. Are you ever going to be a teenager? No. There's confusion at intersections, roundabouts, double panic attacks. You know what I'm speaking of. People who don't yield, people who go straight through, people who run a light, people on e-bikes. Your cognitive load is already maxed out. So it's really important that we lock in. Making a panic decision. You're going to slam brakes. You're going to swerve without checking your blind spot. Some of you still do that. You don't check your blind spot. I see Lucy checking her mirror and her blind spot. Shout out Lucy. I see Emily working on hand over hand. I see Matthew getting better, covering the brake. Dogs running out in front of us. Working on parallel parking. Learning to turn hand over hand at a 90-degree turn at the downtown Mount Clemens trap by one of your dads who works in the building, and you text them to say, look out the window. I see us learning about cars, learning about Corvettes, Girl, you getting a Kia. Twin, you getting a Kia. You ain't getting no Corvette. But I'm learning. We're learning about cars. Some of you are very practical. Some of you have no idea. Your parents are doing a good job. I'm going to give them an applaud because they're educating you. Some of you are very humble. I appreciate that. I meet both your parents, mom and dad. They're worried about you. Responding emotionally, honking, gesture, speeding up. I'm going to teach them a lesson. Escalating the situation into a road rage incident. I'm sorry, they tried to pass me on the right and a truck was coming, so they had to go into the ditch. Brian lives off a main road. He would never force someone in the ditch. Brian is going to look after his older sister and younger sister. You're right. I'm going to protect my family. You know Brian will do that because he's a great brother. I'm going to put this next prompt in. You're going to answer as we go through. Good morning, E. Blessed to have you. You're going to love it. Okay, I'm putting this prompt in right now. Answer. We're talking about the golden rule. The golden rule. Do unto others as others do unto you. Cut them off before they cut you off. We all have hopefully good home training. I know I do. I try not to get stressed. I try to keep it real. This is my little fidget thing, right? I got this from my phone. Right? So, what is your golden rule? What information does your parents give you to help you overcome emotional situations? Okay? My parents taught me to show respect, to respect my elders, to not embarrass the family. I better not embarrass the family or there's going to be a problem. You don't want me to come up to that school, boy. Ooh. Happened one time, 6th grade. I acted a fool. Mama walked up to the school, sweating in that wig, told me up. Got to spank it. Dad came home, it was over. Back then, they could put hands on you. Today, they can't do that. But that is the problem. And we have a lot of teens who are in youth homes who are very aggressive, who need peer mentoring, who need training. And that's part of the downfall of society. Look at what is happening in Detroit. Look what is happening in Houston, Texas. Look what is happening in downtown Manhattan, teen takeovers. Parents getting charged and held accountable. But no one's taking responsibility. So if your baby runs a light, I'm hitting the brake. Okay, parents are going to get charged, and they need to. So if you're confronted, the golden rule, ignore them. But you feel like they disrespected you. So now you're going to fight in school. You're going to fight after school. You're going to chase them in the school parking lot. Because we see it every day. You can look at the school parking lot. In fact, Brian showed us the burnout marks in the high school parking lot. Brian showed us that. Wake up, Xander. They doing donuts in your parking lot too, boy. Yes, they are. I know. Yeah. Stop. Xander, come on. Olivia, clock his tea. Sophia, clock his tea. Okay, come on. Xander, they're clowning in your parking lot too. Okay? So I'm showing you real life. Take a deep breath, stay calm. Ask yourself, is getting and more, I'm gonna get home safely. I'm gonna get home safely. Let's talk about some of the guidelines by the NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. It is happening everywhere. So the first step, don't engage, ignore gestures, eye contact. You see, hey, they side at us. Grown women side-eyeing my female drivers, cutting off cars, reacting emotionally, escalates the situation. We're sitting back. Look, it's almost 100 degrees out. Don't you think people are going to be like out of control today? Yes. If you feel they are, type in yes in the chat. We're driving today. It's going to be 100 degrees. Okay? Yes, they going to be on wild. Give people space. I always tell you, don't tailgate. Avoid the wolf pack. I always tell you that. Avoid the wolf pack. Okay? They're driving really close together. We're on chill mode. Thank you. Slow down or change lanes to let aggressive drivers pass. Remove yourself from their path. De-escalation. Why are you following a bunch of people? Why are you following people in the hallway? I want to see what's going on. You just got an elbow. I want to see what's happening. A car just sideswiped us. You just hit a mailbox. Okay? Don't go home. They'll follow you. You saw the video. They're following us. They're following us. Go to the police station right now. Drive to the police station or a busy, well-lit area. Prevents the aggressor from knowing where you live. They're going to follow you home. Now what you going to do? I know what I'm going to do. You're not going to do anything except run inside and say, Mama, why is that car out there? I don't know. I'm calling your daddy. Call for help. Report aggressive drivers to the police, hands-free if possible. This can prevent something greater from happening. Drive predictably. A lot of you still don't use your blinker. You check the wrong shoulder. You don't know left and right. I'm just telling you what I see. Xander, your hair is fine, man. What you doing? He like, what?
Okay, wait. There's a problem happening with my computer. I cannot see anyone's screen. Is it okay if I join back?
Yes, brother. You're fine. Okay. Jacob, why are you saying that, Jacob? Emily, there's no problem, right, Emily?
No, he was complaining about it to me.
Oh, boy. Emily.
Taking photos of it, too. It's pretty bad. Everybody's just, like, gone.
Quarterback, you can see me, right? I can see you, right? We good. We good. Olivia, Sophia, you can see me, right? I can see you, right? Lucy, you can see me, right? He's the problem. Okay? I'm just trying to keep things moving. Right? We all off task. You good, Connor?
Yeah, sorry, I closed the tab.
You good, brother? You good? You good? You good, man? We here, fam. We here. All right, let's keep going. So call for help. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Check your, check your blind spot. We all make mistakes. Okay? We go to downtown Mount Clemens trap game all the time. People are not looking. We were driving there the other day. A man and a lady on e-bikes, they were resting by the statues. The man was gone. We looked left and right. All of a sudden, a lady came from my peripheral vision, and she paused. And we looked at her, and she looked at us. It was awkward. And we waved her by. The gentleman who hit the construction truck. We really need to go see that because I want to make it real, not to be morbid, but that's a teachable moment about e-bike safety. The boys yesterday riding on the top of the seat, like doing 10 miles. If they would have fell, face plant. Parents are like, yes, someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get killed because they don't understand the danger. Their parents don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry, I'm mad for a second. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to put the next scenario in. I want you to apply. I want you guys to be safe. Okay, I'm putting the next situation in. For all of you, give me 1 second. And I need you to answer. Okay, go ahead and answer this. I'm not saying it again. Answer. So you as a driver need to really analyze what you're thinking, what you're doing, and how to improve. So you're driving to work or to school. It's 4:15. A driver in a pickup truck cuts you off aggressively. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to act? Let's think about that. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to act? That's the reality. Slams the brakes in front of you. Both of you are stopped at a red light. The driver gets out and starts walking towards you and yelling. This is a serious situation. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to act? How are you supposed to analyze this? Is there a right answer? Is there a wrong answer? Okay? And you got to really react with patience, with clarity. I would just drive around and leave that fool. I'm not even going to give them the chance to walk up because by the time they walk up, it could be very bad. And I want to protect my family, my self-interest, my students. I want to be able to finish the summer with grace and elegance and just really working hard. It's really important that we all work hard and we all do a good job. Okay, I'm pushing forward. I'm not waiting for you. We got to pick up the pace. So I expect you to put in the answer. This is the cutoff scenario. You should be telling me what you will do in your mind. Not ChatGTP, not DeepSeek, not Gemini, not your favorite AI prompter. You should be putting in what you will do. What your high school looks like. How many students in your parking lot? 300, 500, 900? Only a small group of kids drive. Freshmen don't drive. They don't drive. Freshmen do not drive. Some sophomores don't want to drive. They don't have a car. Their parents aren't getting them one. Some juniors don't drive. They don't have their hours. I teach a segment 2 class today. I wish you guys could listen. I have students who are 16, 10 hours behind the wheel. Students who are 17, I only have 30 hours. You got to have 50 if you're trying to, I'll get them before 2027. What? I think most of you want to drive. So you got to get your hours in. No, I'm too scared. I work 2 jobs. Okay. I asked you to put in information. I'm going to the next. Scenario 2. I'm putting it in. You have to answer. I'm not repeating. Answer scenario 2. In scenario 2, you're on a 2-lane road. Stay with me, guys. You're on a 2-lane road. The driver tailgates you for a mile, then speeds past you illegally, flipping you off. Your friend in the passenger seat says, "Are you going to let them get away with that?" What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to handle that? What should you do? Remember, this masterclass focuses on aggressive driving and defensive driving. This is on all state tests across the country. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to handle this? How are you supposed to act? You have to make good decisions. And we want to teach you as an instructor in this masterclass to be that defensive driver, to make good decisions, to choose the best non-aggressive pathway to safe driving. And that's really important. I asked you to put in information. Some of you are. You're more motivated because I drive you. My other class wasn't as motivated. And I can tell from your answers because I know your personality somewhat, what you probably will do. Because drivers have road raged on us, done aggressive driving on us, people on e-bikes, because they look at the road like it's their own. And I want to teach you how dangerous it is in the Mount Clemens Trap, roundabouts, school zones, S-curves, merging on the expressway. This is your next situation, scenario 3, the escalator. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to copy it. You need to respond in a high school voice. We all deal with escalation all the time. Your neighbor, parking, kids in the street, kids on scooters, gas-powered, electric, no parental. A kid got killed earlier this year riding his scooter. One of my students said another young man got killed riding his 250 motorcycle before it was daylight. And they're going to set up a school memorial. These are real stories. I am not making this up, right? We owe it to our young drivers to model good behavior. But yet many of you are not taking this serious. I don't know if you don't have a niece or nephew or you don't have a son or a daughter, but how you drive impacts them. You're driving with 3 friends in a car at 3:30 p.m. You're already stressed out about an exam. Another driver honks at you for you hesitating at a green light. You feel your anger rising. You grip the steering wheel. What would you do? How would you act? How would you respond? This is very, very serious. Okay? I'm looking at your responses. Some of you are speaking in your own voice. Some of you are still copying random stuff. Speak in your own voice. I think you feel safe in the virtual classroom. I think you want to speak your voice, show us intelligence. Some of you go to public, some of you go to private. At the end of the day, we all teach. At the end of the day, get your job. All of you won't be athletes. And even if you are an athlete, you need to have financial responsibility to save your money and invest. It's a short window of time. You want to be able to drive a nice car, a Corvette, a nice truck, a GM product, taking care of your brother or sister. I think all of you want to have this. I'm going to pick some other information because I know. I want to speak on, I'm going to drop this in. I almost said it. And you're going to answer this next question. It's working out really good. I have a nice rhythm. Okay, I need you to respond to this and tell us a story. Please give grace. Please go easy on your caregiver. But I'd like you to share a quick story. Thank you, Brian. Type it in, type it in, type it in. Type it in, type it in. Share a quick story, type it in, type it in. Give grace to your parent. We're all human. I'll give you a moment. I'll mute. So I asked my drivers, raise your hand if you've ever seen mom or dad lose their cool behind the wheel. Honking, yelling, speeding up to teach someone a lesson. Remember, this masterclass is about road rage and aggressive driving. Okay? If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. We're having a real honest conversation. We're not dragging our parents and really ripping their heads off. We're not doing that. That's what this is not about. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Now, keep your hands up if you've ever caught yourself doing the exact same thing when you're driving. Okay? I'm asking them to share. I'm asking for us to open up. And this is how we grow. This is how we learn. We all have trauma. We're all going through things. We're all human. To be a teacher, to be an educator, to put your feelings out. To always be, why are you doing this? Why do you have this flag? Who are you? Okay? We all have to work together. And we all have to show grace. It is down, E. I made a decision, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, $29 a month, and I'm getting a lot of visitors. We made a couple thousand, but I don't know if it's worth it. You could tell me, E. I mean, I made some sales. I could bring it back. I'm looking at something else with GoDaddy.com, but maybe having them run the site and put digital products up. So it's been down maybe a month or 2 months. And then, you tell me. I'm getting a lot of traffic there. I don't want to spread myself too thin. You tell me. Okay, guys, here, we're moving. We're going to keep moving. So the backseat nursery. This is you, and I want to read this. I'm dropping the data. Research shows that 40% of teens have witnessed their parents and other motorists. One in 5 have seen a parent make an obscene gesture while driving. A recent survey found that more than half of young drivers, 15 to 21, have seen their parents engage in road rage, and over a third have witnessed them speeding. Again, we're giving mom and dad grace. Either you're going to learn to have this behavior or no. The hard truth. Don't learn to drive. You don't learn to drive from driver's ed alone. You learn from thousands of hours you spend in the backseat watching mom and dad react to traffic. One researcher put it like this: the backseat is the road rage nursery. I'll say it again. The backseat is the road rage nursery. I'm putting in this next part because I want you to dig deep. Don't worry, we have a quizzy. I have everything. I have some videos. Okay, answer this question. Take a moment. I'm sharing my story. Dad from Montgomery, Alabama. Mom from Montgomery, Alabama. Moved up during the Great Migration. Dad was very chilled, speed a little bit, doesn't run lights, not aggressive, had a good driving record. One time we were driving and I think there was a patch of ice on the road. He lost control. By rights, we should have flipped the car over multiple times. My brother and I were in the back seat. Mom was in the front. Dad was driving. My mom started praying to Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ, protect us. I'm like, oh my God. The car should have rolled over 4, 5, 6 times. We went down in this ravine, literally going about 65. My dad did a good job. He didn't really jerk the wheel, jerk the wheel, jerk the wheel. We should have been dead. We all had on our seatbelts. Parents don't play that. And somehow the car didn't flip over. He just kind of slid down at an angle. We should have been in the ditch. It should have been a tow truck. We did not die. We did not roll over. Our mom's prayers, you know how your mom is, your dad is, oh, Jesus Christ, I hope you're okay. Mom, from your prayers, I just had a scratch. My other friend had a broken leg. The other person had a brain injury. Her prayers protected us. By rights, we should have been dead. It's real. But my dad was driving too fast and he lost control of the car. He didn't cuss, he didn't scream. He just focused on trying to keep it straight, He was so cool, so chill. That's why my dad was my hero. Okay? So we're going to keep it moving. Your parents are your first instructor. I asked you to put in, why is that? Your parents are your first instructor. If they're chilled, you'll be chilled. If they're wilding out, screaming and cussing everyone out and swerving around, you're going to probably do the same thing. Because I ask, I want to talk to your parents. Hey, ma'am. Hey, sir. How you doing? What do you do for a living? Tell me about it. Is this your first one through? They're my last one. I'm not driving anymore. One parent got cherries for me. As soon as they're done, they're driving. I'm like, okay. They showed love. They showed love. I'm like, wow, thank you. And I took it serious. So your parents are your first driving instructor. Drive as I say, not as I do. Parents are more likely than driving instructors to teach your students the rules of the road. This is true. But there's a problem. When they give rational advice during parking lot training, kids are more likely to absorb the clues from those long hours on the road. When parents routinely lose their cool. Professor Sheila, who led a major study on aggressive driving, said, here's my scholarly source, youngsters feel that their parents get away with it. Why shouldn't I? Type in what you think that means. I'm not repeating. Parents, you are role models. If you're screaming and hollering and cussing and whoop, 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 doing all this craziness, your son or daughter's going to do the same thing. Some people are out of pocket. Some people have no patience for that. This is 2026. Why are you wilding out? You got to lock in. You got to show positive behavior. Why are you always trying to put hands on someone? Right? You really have to set up a positive situation. Because people don't tolerate that. Okay? It makes no sense. 100% righty. It makes no sense. I want to keep going. Think about it. You've been watching your parents ever since you were in the car seat. Good timing. I see it coming in. As soon as you're in the car seat, you've been watching them. You see how they handle the vehicle. Do they drive fast? And Brian, example. When your dad wasn't married yet, he was on his motorcycle. Brian, I always use that example, Brian. Him on that motorcycle, going down the street. Using his blinker, pulling in the driveway. Brian, your dad is a good driver, man. He never would fly down the street doing 70 or 80. Your dad would never do that. Never. He rode a motorcycle to work. I'm like, wow. Wow. I remember he got the Ram truck. That boy was new, no rust. He drove that Ram truck. He had that motorcycle. Man. He said, pull in. He didn't have one on the front yard, not being ghetto. He would pull in the back. I was watching out the window. That's a nice motorcycle. Come over and take a look at it. You know how your dad, come over and take a look at it. You want to ride? Nope, I'll flip and kill myself. Nope. He had me look at the motorcycle all the time. I'm like, man, that's a nice motorcycle. Put it in the garage, disconnect the battery from the winter time. Next summer, start it right up, he gone. He doesn't rev his engine. Always a gentleman. That's your dad, Brian. That's your dad. Okay, I want to keep going. So think about it. You've been watching your parents. Kawasaki. Brian, ask your dad, or do you know what type of motorcycle? Was it a Kawasaki? Was it a Hyundai?
It's either a Hyundai or Kawasaki.
Yeah, get that cow.
I'm not sure. It's in his brother's pole barn right now.
Bro, you got to go get that and touch history, man. I'm telling you,
He
man.
don't really want to fix it. He don't know what's wrong with it.
Bro, you got to get it. You got to touch history.
He tried changing out the battery.
Yep.
Spark plugs.
Yep.
I don't know. They just don't want to turn over.
Brian, it's worth it. Pulling that motor out, finding a YouTube video.
If I get small engines sophomore year, I'll probably take it in.
Brother, that's a part of history. I keep telling you that. Your dad was always classy, always respectable. Okay, this is before they started doing 100 on the expressway. Your dad was, man, role model. I can hear that car, that motor. He would never be speeding down the neighborhood. Never that. Come on, man. Woo! Okay, let me keep moving. So you've been watching your parents. That's a real story. Like I'm sweating. Like I can see your dad coming down the street right now, man. I remember he got his truck too. Anyway, so you watching your parents. If they're going crazy, you're going crazy. If they're nice and courteous, you're nice and courteous. Okay? When you start driving, you automatically begin to drive like you're conditioned. Right? Drive like you're conditioned. Research. I want to keep it moving. Research suggests when researchers surveyed teens, what they say, my dad has really bad road rage. My mom always said, cover your eyes. This is Lisa, who's 16. People ride on her bumper. She just got so mad she sped up and then cut them off. And then she got next to them screaming. K-Ron, speaking about his mama. Woo. My father could be aggressive. I've seen him hang out the bird several times. That's Clint. My mother cursed a little bit and slapped the steering wheel. That's Michael, 18. Mama. One teen named Lisa even admitted he was really bad. It was really bad. I guess I'm like him. Whoa. I'm putting in the next prompt. And I'm using Brian as an example because I remember his dad, before he got married, his dad was a gentleman, never driving wild. Okay? I'm going to copy this. Give me a second. Let me copy this prompt. And by me sharing this real story with you, it becomes real. You got your prompt in there. Answer it. Brian's dad is an engineer for one of the large automotive manufacturers. Brian's dad used to drive a Kawasaki 600cc, helmet, always dressed safely, never an aggressive driver. Part of their perks, they were to bring home experience. He worked in the truck division. Okay? He would work in the truck division. He would bring home these incredible heavy-duty trucks like that could pull a house. I said, hey, Brian. No, his dad's name was John. No, Josh, excuse me. I said, hey, Josh. Yeah, Myles. Man, look at this dude. You want to go drive it? I'm like, that thing is so big. This dually, he said, you only need a dually if you're hauling over 25,000 pounds. I'm like, I just got a 18-foot open trailer. You don't need a dually, Myles. A dually hauling 25,000 pounds. You don't need a dually, Myles. And I got in that truck, computers in there, sensors everywhere, because this is an experimental truck. And what they usually do, you get your data, hook up your computers, and then they crash them. Now his dad works in the Hemi Hellcat Demon Division. You know what I'm about to say. His dad is doing engine durability tests. Testing Hemis, and because the Hemi will always be a staple here in America. Okay? And to help teach you guys, Brian's dad used to bring home those heavy duty trucks when he worked in the truck division. He had a dually. He said, hey, Myles, would you like to drive it? I saw this big dually. I'm like, can I drive? You only need that if you're hauling over, 15,000 to 25,000 pounds. I said, I'll never be hauling something like that. I don't have a business. But always a gentle person, always willing to help anyone, a nice guy. Okay? So I ask you to comment on, how many of you think of a specific moment you saw your parent react aggressively? Did it change how you saw them? Did it change how you should react? Because you're going to have that epiphany. You're 15, 16, 17. They're like, it's going to snap one day. I'm not going to cut off this lady. I have my dad's truck from work. I'm not going to put someone in danger. Okay? You're going to think like that. I want to keep it going. I'm putting in the next prompt. You got to answer. Yeah, I'm making you work. Putting in the next prompt. You read it, you answer. That 2 to 5 is the most dangerous time period because you have young drivers. It's very risky. You are the problem. There are people who work for General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. They're driving experimental vehicles. I used to drive for a company, and I can't mention them. We drove experimental vehicles around the country and around the state on a loop. I would be driving from 7:30 in the morning until 7:30 p.m. Have an hour break, write down information. I would have to fill it up at a certain gas station, document it, the name of the gas station, the mileage. One car did break down on me. It was terrible. But it happens. And if you eventually stay there, you will be able to get into the high performance vehicles. But we had driving instructors, drivers who abuse that. Okay. One of my parents was driving the electric Cadillac. I'm just saying it's over 150K, but it gets I can say it, it gets up to 500 miles of range. Okay. And I asked him, how much does this cost? It cost $150,000. What? My pay grade's about $51,000. I can't afford a $150,000 vehicle. Okay? But that new Cadillac electric range is up to 500 miles. That's crazy. Wow. Okay? And imagine. And he would charge it on a 110. It would take 3 or 4 days. 2 to 5 p.m. Why it matters, why parents are anxious. Let's get right to the data. Crash risk is the highest between that 16 to 17 year age group or new drivers compared to all other age groups. So when you're leaving school, wait a couple minutes. Let everyone else leave first. All you're going to do is get cut off. Soccer moms are going to cut you off. Seniors are going to cut you off. Teachers are going to cut you off. Okay? 2 to 5 p.m. window combines a high volume of young drivers and rush hour overlap. So you're a young driver. You got to make this difficult left turn. Here is a engineer from Ford. They're driving the new 5.0 GT with the new truck engine in there. They have sensors on there. They got to get back. They're going to drive around you. They're not going to be rude, but they're going to drive around you. We were driving, and an old lady was in front of us. All my students know. They were going so slow. I tell you these stories because it's real. And we waited, and we couldn't go around. Sometimes I make you have patience. Because you have to learn patience in your school parking lot, or you're going to run over your best friend. 91% of parents say they're at least somewhat anxious about your teen driving. Your parents are nervous. True story, G. A parent hugged me. I'm like 6'4". They hugged me around the waist. Like, you're my savior. G, it was awesome. She hugged me. She said, I'm going to the fruit market. Give me some cherries. She's like, okay. She hugged me. I didn't even know the lady. She hugged me. Bought me some cherries. Because G is the last one. G, you already have a car. You just got to finish driving. G, love that story. The mom has been helping every single kid. She done. So your parents are anxious. They're excited. They're nervous. Here's the ironic part. 44% of parents have witnessed their own teen engage in aggressive driving, like speeding, tailgating, and road rage. A recent University of Texas poll found that 1 in 3 parents worry about their young drivers causing a crash. On the other side, 96% still believe their child's driving is mid. Okay? Or better than their peers. And shockingly, parents who've witnessed aggressive driving in their teens were less likely to rate their child as worse. I'm not worried about time. We're good. You get ready to get on this quizzy right now. I'm going to shift gears. All of you type in takeaway. Take away. TAKEAWAY semicolon. Takeaway. You're going to list some examples we've talked about. What did you learn? Take away. Take a moment. Think about it. Think about it. Take away. And then type in what you learned. I look at everything you put in. Now, Brian, I'm going to let you decide today. Brian, we're going to do the 5, I think it's a 10 question on road rage and driving, aggressive driving behavior. Brian, I got you. Let's pause for 1 second, okay?
Yeah, I was typing.
Guys, if you learned something today, and this is valuable to you, you need to subscribe. 1, stay certified driving instructor. We're putting out more content. We are preparing you for next steps. This is your masterclass on aggressive driving and road rage. We're sharing stories. Parents are the first foundation. You learn from your mom. You learn from your dad. It's the cradle of road rage. The lesson plan focuses on beyond road rage and student driving, comparing the legal defense of real-world family experiences. Brian's dad riding the motorcycle, a good driver, synthesizing crash data and behavior psychology. We're real. We're stepping it up. Defending a response plan under realistic and high-stress scenarios. Thank you, E. No, real talk. Thank you. Evaluating family patterns and personal relationships. Me sharing stories about my dad, Brian's dad, G's mother who hugged me. I'm like, why is this lady hugging me? I'm tall. She hugged me around my waist, like a bear hug, like a mom hug. I'm like, whoa, lady, I'm married. Don't be on me like that, right? And she was like, thank you. She was so nervous. This is her last child. She has 6 kids. Her husband does construction. Her mother is a stay-at-home. And the dad cooks. He's a gourmet cook. He should open his own business. She is so tired. She can't wait. That really touched my heart. Okay? Evaluating family patterns and personal responsibility, creating a personal plan to break negative cycles. Okay, you're going to join my quiz.com. You're going to join my quiz.com. You're going to join my quiz.com. Give me 1 second. Get your phones ready. Yes, your phone is going to die because we have really pushed you to the max. And I should, because I need you to be good drivers. It's going to be very hot today. I'm going to share. JoinMyQuiz.com. JoinMyQuiz.com. 589500. 589500. 10 questions on a masterclass on road rage versus aggressive driving. I'm starting right now. Good luck. 10 questions. This has been a positive manifestation. I'm a firm believer in positive thinking because we have to connect drivers. We have to elevate for higher levels of learning. No one else is going to do it except for us. You got to teach your son and dad. It's about community engagement. And we are preparing you. You need to respond to those community engagement questions that I put in. We need to elevate the short content to long form content because these master classes are about an hour. They're long. There'll be timestamps in between. You need to ask real questions. Driving is a divided attention task. Okay? We have steering and signal. You got to be able to do 2 things at once. You got to steer and signal. We have to brake and scan, forgetting to check the rearview mirror and apply the brakes. A lot of beginners get overwhelmed. We have to turn and accelerate. You got to be able to turn and wheel and accelerate out. My drivers do 1 at a time. It's like teaching a kid how to walk. Then they run. Then they grow up and run you over. Instruction and execution. You got to be able to instruct someone. Hearing the instructor say turn left at the light and forget to check blind spot because they're focusing on the left. When you're coaching your son or daughter, you need to give one direction at a time. Time. Navigating and lane keep. You have to be able to not drift in your lane and try to read signs like 8 Mile, downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome to San Antonio. home of the Toros, who are undefeated, by the way. ID hazard. ID hazard. You have to be able to lock in and identify hazards. Hazards could be stopping physical movement, like braking, because you're trying to answer a question by the instructor. So I try not to overload someone while they're backing. Pedestrian and stop sign. Noticing a person at the sidewalk but completely missing the stop sign. So I have my students pause and I redirect them. What is the sign? We don't want to hit the pedestrian. Examples, we saw a pregnant woman and her best friend. She was on the downtown Mount Clemens Trap. Her friend was taking pictures of her, posting her on social media. We saw a couple riding an e-bike. We saw a elderly, well, not an elderly gentleman, a person in a 69 Z28 Camaro, 4-speed car, having difficulty steering. And my student said, you need to take his car because he couldn't reverse it. Windshield wiper plus traffic, packing when it starts to rain, panicking when it starts to rain, and trying to find a wiper switch back and forth. Clutter management. A fly or insect is in the car, your phone drops on the ground, you're reaching down. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I'm still waiting for a few people to finish. We have to plan together. We have to work together. We have to. And when we work together, we're going to have the next generation of safe drivers. It does take a lot of time. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's easy. A lot of parents are not involved because I teach a segment too. And if you could witness, because parents, you're not keeping your promise. You're not helping your, well, they're not doing their part. I get it. I'm a parent too, right? I got the same problems. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. You feel me? And we're going to go over this. Guys, we're getting ready to go over this. Xander, I need you to finish up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm moving forward. Okay, let's go over this data. Let's see where we are. Okay, we'll see a couple of videos after this. Completion rate is 86%. Class accuracy is 89. The toughest question was number 3. The longest question was number 1. Let's view the report because we are about data. I'm looking at the questions. We see who's got 100%. Abby, Brian, Brianna, Emily, we already know. Jacob, thank you, Jacob. Okay, let's go over the questions quickly. We're not rushing, then we'll see some videos and you'll be out. We'll hit you with the 58 question, 215 word activity tomorrow. Okay, number 1, a driver's been tailgating you and decides to brake check the vehicle behind them to startle the other driver. Based on the distinction between driving behavior, why might this action be classified as road rage rather than aggressive driving? 21 of you got it right because the action is done with a deliberate intent to harm or intimidate another driver. Thank you. A teen driver is headed home 4 p.m. Had a long day and encounters heavy traffic. It's expected. And an aggressive driver. Expected. Why does this specific time window require more complex strategic thinking and emotional regulation? It combines high volumes of inexperienced drivers with rush hour congestion and post-school stress. So why do you think we go different routes? We take curvy roads. We take roads that are very chilled. Thank you, drivers, yesterday. It was a great experience. Thank you. If a driver is involved in a confrontation and uses their vehicle to intentionally force another driver off the road, what is the most likely legal consequence? A felony charge such as assault with a dangerous weapon. Research suggests that backseat road rage nursery, this is you when you're a little baby, okay? How should a new driver evaluate their own driving habits in light of this concept? 20 of you got it right, 2 of you got it wrong. By recognizing that they may have had subconsciously adapted aggressive behavior observed in their parents for years. I don't know why I do this. I've seen my mom. I don't know why I do this. I see my dad. I don't know why I do this. I've seen my brother. I don't know why I do this. I've seen my sister. I don't know why I do this. I am not doing what my sister, my mom, my dad, and my brother did. I'm breaking the cycle. Type in what breaking the cycle means. Again, type in what breaking the cycle means. All of you need to type this in. Type in what breaking the cycle means. I'm going to keep going. I'm not waiting. You're like, keep going. You are a driver with passengers who encourage you to retaliate against a driver who cut you off. Bro, you let them cut you off? So? That's what Brian would say. So? I don't care. Brian is so chill, man. I like that about you, Brian. You just chill. So? I'm just hungry. Brian, we love you, man. So your friends urge you to get back, bro. What is the most effective strategy strategic response, let me get my words right, strategic response to ensure the safety of everyone in the car? You're the driver, Brian. You're the driver, twins. You're the driver, Madison and Maddie and Xander and Matthew and quarterback. You're the driver. It's your responsibility to make sure everyone gets there safely. Bro, I don't care. I'm trying to get to this camp. The coach sent me a text. Right, quarterback? You already know. I don't have time to mess with this man on the road. I'm trying to go for exit 42. He's been following him for an hour. I've already called the police. They're on the way. I text my coach. Get there safely. True story. A driver stops their truck on a red light and gets out and begins walking towards your car while yelling. What action follows the recommended safety protocol for this high stress scenario? Keep your doors locked, don't engage, and call 911. What are you doing rolling down your window? You're about to get your T clocked. What are you doing trying to be big man? Don't let them come up to you. What are you doing? I'm just checking. Checking time. I'm going to keep going. How does the cognitive load of a new driver affect their ability to handle an aggressive driving encounter during rush hour? It increases their reaction time and makes them more likely to panic. The one thing when I drive with you, we keep it chill. We got the AC on. We got nice speed control. We're not hanging around Chuck's blind spots. We have that chilled vibe, right? I talk to your parents. They're chilled. As a driver notices they are being followed by an angry motorist after a lane change dispute, what is the safest strategic decision the driver can make to prevent a situation from escalating at their destination? Drive to a police station while you're driving home. I'm hungry. Always have a snack in the car. A parent who is modeling aggressive driving in the past wants to help their teen stay safe. Based on behavior psychology, what is the most effective way to break the cycle? Be honest about their mistakes and consciously model calm, patient. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. What statement best summarizes the legal difference between aggressive driving and road rage in a way that could help drivers evaluate their own behaviors? Aggressive driving involves traffic offenses, while road rage involves criminal intent to harm another individual. Subscribe.